And I think people with grey hair like me are very excited at the fact that at the moment we seem to be blessed with a generation of poets in their 20s who really are wonderful. We know that poetry comes and goes in waves, but at the moment the poets in their 20s really are showing us how to get on. And Helen Mort is one of the best of them. There are so many good writers in the 20s, and yet she stands out. Her craft and the way she works so hard at the poems, and the vivid imagination that's kind of an athletic imagination. Her way with images. Lines like, "My black umbrella flexed its wings." A line like, "Small enough to fit inside your grandma's jewellery box." And also the way that, like a lot of the poets here tonight, she's concerned with history and place and the interface of those things, like she got a long poem about the miners' strike, or in the more personal poems about love and about dancing teachers. And this is a personal thing for me, but I think the best thing, one of the best things about Helen Mort is that her sensibility is defiantly northern, which has got to be a good thing, in my humble opinion. Helen Mort.
Thank you. It's nice to be described as defiantly northern. I can't tell you what an honour it is to be reading here tonight, so I'm not going to try. I'm going to read you a poem instead. I'm going to read from a longer poem, a piece that's at the heart of my collection, which is called Scab. I was born in 1985, just after the miners' strike, but growing up in northeast Derbyshire, surrounded by open casting and landfill, I wanted to capture something of a legacy that we're all acutely aware of, perhaps especially now, after Ian mentioned the recent documents that have come to light. The poem jumps around a bit, so some sections of the poem explore the clash between picketing miners and police at Orgreave in 1984. Some explore a bizarre reconstruction staged by the conceptual artist Jeremy Deller in 2001, where he went back to Orgreave and reenacted the initial clash, but with some of the miners that have been involved in that clash playing the part of police and all kinds of mad things like that. And then some other sections of the poem are set in Cambridge University. And I wanted to apologise for the very, very bad language that's in the poem. My parents are somewhere in the audience, and I'm sure they'd want it to be known that they didn't bring me up to speak like that. It was actually much worse. Scab 1. A stone is lobbed in 84, hangs like a star over Orgreave. Welcome to Sheffield, borderland, our town of miracles. The wine turn into water in the pubs, the taxman ransacking the church, plenty of room at every inn, and watch, a car flares into a burning bush. A stone like a star over Orgreave, a spat out word that can't be taken back. They follow it, the bobbies from 10 counties, pickets up from Markham, down from Cortonwood, the cavalry, the 58 Alsatian dogs. They find the houses cold as barns, the whole town gathered in the street, the wise men, shepherds, beasts. Star of Orgreave, star of light, star of fucking royal shite, westward leading, kids want feeding, guide us to your perfect light. One brings a half brick, one brings a shield, one brings a truncheon, one a chain. Bearing gifts we've travelled so far, God or fuck knows who we are. A man fetal beside the railway tracks, anointment of blood. 2. On New Year's Eve, the dead end of 2003, my Cambridge offer sits untouched for hours amongst the bills. I drink the old year out in Kalo WMC, my breath sickly with Malibu and Coke. Someone is falling from a stool or kissing her way round the miners' welfare football team. At midnight, I join a conga line that ends where it began. At 2 a.m, I walk back past the landfill site, my steps ruining the snow's unopened envelope. My college room is opposite a gown hire shop. Next door, a girl sings opera all afternoon, stops once to ask me where I got my accent from. A Chinese woman enters carefully, empties the bins without a word. I sit behind my polished desk and watch the dusk disguise each shop, the corridor in silence till my neighbour trills back into life again. Day after day, I cannot learn the tune. 3. This is a reconstruction. Nobody will get hurt. There are miners playing coppers, ex-coppers shouting, "Maggie, out." There are battle specialists, the Vikings and the sealed knot. There will be opportunities to leave, a handshake at the end. Please note the language used for authenticity. Example, scab. Example, cunt. This is a reenactment. When I blow the whistle, charge, but not before. On my instruction, throw your missiles in the air. On my instruction, tackle him, then kick him when he's down, kick him in the bollocks, boot him like a man in flames. Now harder, kick him till he doesn't know his name. This is a reconstruction. It's important to film everything. Pickets chased on horseback into Asda, running shirtless through the aisles of tins. A lad who sprints through ginnels, gardens, up somebody's stairs, into a room where 2 more miners hide beneath the bed, or else are lost or left for dead. 4. After the challenge of the cutlery, a vial of prime-cut coloured port. Stand up, then nod from left to right, mutter the Latin underneath your breath, not knowing if it's thanks or blasphemy, and pass it anti-clockwise with a final nod. The trick's in moving artlessly, not faltering as if it burns your hands. Now sit down, keep your silence, don't spill a drop. 5. Years on, we'll make a blockbuster from this, a film that gives the town its own brass band, cuts out the knuckles fringed with blood, grafts in a panorama of the moors. This is our heritage, an actor artfully roughed up, 30 years of editing to keep the landfills out of shot. They scabbed in 1926. They scabbed in 1974. They'd scab tomorrow if they had the chance. A loaded silence in the corner shop. The painted fence. The shit pushed through your letterbox. Your head down hurried walk. A backward glance that meets a dead man's stare, unbroken from 3 decades before. One day, it crashes through your window pane, the stone, the word, the fallen star. You're left to guess which picket line you crossed. A gilded college gate, a better supermarket, the entrance to your flat where, even now, someone has scrawled the worst insult they can. A name. Look close. It's yours. Thank you.